Hi Cheyenne, I've been working on this video this morning. It kept crashing on me, so I'm hoping that maybe the third time's the charm. I wanted to walk you through a number of things since you don't seem to have time for us to make connections, and maybe this will help you look at advising at a different level. Basically, when you come to the Mansfield site, you've got everything available for you related to what you need and what needs to be there. Now, there are other places that they're there as well, but let me pop this over and show you what the academic map looks like for sociology. And I'm going to attach this to the email that I'm going to have the link for this video to. So hopefully you'll see it. This is the plan that goes into place, but sociology is really flexible because we're a BA program, so you have less hours and you're required a minor, and you've got to figure those things in as far as the courses go. So this is what the plan, the academic map, looks like. But the place you really need to go and you start looking at things is WebAdvisor. Now, you can either enter WebAdvisors through the quick links, and you can see it right here, or through the student link, current students, and you go into WebAdvisor. Now, WebAdvisor is where you register. And one of the problems with doing this at home is I have very large screens, so we won't catch it all. But here, if you were searching for classes for next semester, you would go here. And you would do the drop down to find spring. And because you want online, you want to type in section 90 or 191 or 190. That's going to give you all the online courses that are available for that semester. And you'll find that summer's probably our heaviest time online, but there's a significant number of courses, probably a little over 60 that are available online. With that in mind, those are the courses to look at and to think about what's interesting for you. But the next step is to step back and look at the main menu here for WebAdvisor as well. Now, if you click on Student, you're going to see your student menu, and you're going to see that you have a program evaluation. Now, it's going to come up system error for me because I'm not a student, but this is where it's going to give you your evaluation of your program. So for me to see that, I need to log in, enter the faculty, and you as my advisee are on my list here. So I'll go in and show you what your program evaluation looks like as we get here. Now, this particular program allows me to evaluate your program, see if you switch to another, what it would take. But by choosing this, I can see exactly where you're at. Now, what's really good about this, as it comes up here, it gives me that information. It tells me where you're at, and currently you've got 28 hours. Right now, you're taking 15. And you've got a remaining number of hours of 77 hours that need to be taken for the major, for the course to graduate. As you scroll down, this is giving you directions about your language and your proficiency. You need to declare a minor in this program, and it tells you that, or you need a language proficiency. Beyond that, these first parts right here don't concern you because those are for when you don't meet the criteria coming in for the university. Then you have to take these courses that don't count for anything. But where you want to start is general education. So let's look at this. Your first year experience requires 3 credits, but you have 1 year. They're going to let that go by. We'll have to fill that with other hours, but that's fine. As far as that goes, we'll look at what we can do with first year experience. So I'll explore that a little bit more with the registrar's office and see if they're going to make you take the 3 hour, or because you came in with 28 hours, well, they consider leaving that. Then you've taken English, that's a transfer in. Your upper level writing here is required, and that course you need at least 45 hours before you can sign up for. You're in the process of taking oral comm, which is fantastic, getting that out of the way and covering that requirement. In the humanities, you're in the process of taking Dr. McAvoy's professional ethics, which is great, coming into place, and you'll need another humanities. So probably a history course, possibly some Englishes fall in humanities, which can be counted there. So we kind of play around with that as we go and look at it. You brought in math. You brought in your science, you're in great shape. You brought in your psychology. So here we're going to need to fill that with other behavioral sciences. And we'll look at that list in a minute to see where that's at, so I can show you where it's at, but probably poli-sci, or maybe a comm course might fit there, a different type of comm course. You also have a requirement of global perspective. So your history course one here is already counted in that area. You need one more. It needs to be a different prefix in global. And then you have themes and strands, and you need to take 6 credits from 2 to 3 from one strand and 3 from another. You can choose which ones to be into place, and you've already got that entirely covered, which is fantastic. Okay, now you also required 9 upper division gen eds. Your professional ethics is already falling into that, so that will not be a problem as it comes into place. We'll get those all squared away. Here is the sociology major, and this will tell you exactly where you're at. In this case, you can see you're in progress with Dr. Madigan here. You need something from Group 2. Group 2 is contemporary social problem or social stratification. Social stratification is not offered online. That's why I recommended that you think about taking contemporary social problems, which is being offered this spring. It's offered every spring. It's one of those courses that's a base course like intro that's offered more often. Like American Family Systems is offered in one semester every year. Social problems are offered in one semester every year. Intro to sociology is offered every semester. That would cover Group 2. And you can see Group 3, these are all upper division courses. And if you noticed on when we had the plan here, research falls in your 3rd year in the fall, and social theory falls in your 4th year in the fall. And that's what the plan normally is. And we'll see how that goes, but that would be your courses. Now, other than that, you have a wide open choice of your sociology electives. So what you've already got is sociology of sex and gender, which, by the way, your posts are excellent, and American Family Systems. So you've got 6 of the required credits out of the way, and you have 15 remaining. So you're wide open to take any sociology course that you want to online. The only upper division elective that's going to fit in there for this spring would be the sociology of medicine. That is the course that's being offered online. This year, we're only offering 3 courses online in the spring that will be going up to 4. So that's where your whole process is, right here in WebAdvisor, and that will guide you exactly where you're at all throughout the program. Now, other things to consider, and we'll go back to the Mansfield homepage, and let's go to the registrar's office. Under the registrar's office, it goes to the date that you will register, and we look at registration in general. One of the things it does here is give you an idea of what fits in those gen ed categories. That's located right over here. So where it says from 2011 beyond, the catalog you're at, these are the courses that fit those areas. So you need a social behavioral science. And so you might be able to take a comm course online. You might be able to take an econ course. You might be able to take one of these Englishes under social behavior sciences. Humanities, you need one other course besides what you have there. And so we've got to make sure it's not philosophy again. It has to be within history or English. Then the other areas, these global perspectives, you need to take 2 courses in global area or a language. So as a requirement for the program, you're required either a minor or a language. And language for the program would require you to take an upper level, be proficient. In other words, the 2000 levels here of German, Spanish, or French would be required. Now, if we go back and we look at WebAdvisor again, and we go back and look at those courses, and unfortunately I should have brought this down to the point that I open up another tab, but you'll see that some of those courses won't be offered online. So I'm not sure that Spanish is, or German, or any of the languages. So your opportunity will be to have to think about a minor. And that's something I'd rather talk to you with than just record a video for you. With that said, I want to pop back over here and look at these themes, and you can see that you can choose from these themes, and you've already got one fitting into a theme, I believe, as we looked at it before. That's going to help you fit those in. And a lot of the art courses and art history are offered online as well on a regular basis. This art class 1101 is offered online. So with that said, I'm hoping this shows you what I was hoping to do with you while we were on the phone or Skyping or FaceTime together in the process, that this will get you to the place. Now, as far as approving you for courses, tell me what you want. And we can do that through email easier than we can do other things. But just trying to show you these, it's easier to do through talking than to send you one place or another. Just because you're an online student doesn't mean that we can't verbally interact. And I'm available for those interactions. You see me reminding people in the video on a regular basis, don't forget, I'm here for you. Skype, FaceTime, whatever. Picking up the phone, but walking you through these processes to get you there. So you have the list that I sent you before in our email of what would work well for you. And let me see if I can pull that up. Okay, Cheyanne, I found the last email with the recommendations in it. And like I said, if you have time for a phone conversation or FaceTime, let me know. But the upper level sociology courses are offered every 2 years. So online medicine, if you're interested in it, will not be offered again until 2020. And other choices would be online history 2202. And you can see, if you look at this general education distribution requirements, it fits under the humanities. You could also consider taking political science, which is American government, is online, and that would fill in the social sciences. So those are things to consider. And I sent you an email after this one where I recommended that you should take SOC 1121. So think about what you want. I know you want fewer hours, and it makes sense since you're expecting. I think that's a really appropriate time uh, for you to just work with what you have and see what goes on. But that's what I'm hoping will get you to the place that you need to do. Now, with that said, I wanted to show you one more thing under the registration page. And so we'll drop back here to registration, and you can see that it gives you the class offering and the academic calendar and the registration calendar. So for spring, because you have 28 hours right now, you don't register until November 7th. Now, online students get priority in online classes. So they'll be blocked off for you at 191 instead of 190. So you get to register into those. So that will get you into place. Now, I'm going to stop the video at this point, and I want to come back and I'm going to try to send you another video about your annotated bibliography that I've been asking you to talk to me about. But hopefully this will get you started. And all you have to do is tell me what you want to take. I'll clear you and you can register. So hopefully this has made it better and you can see where it's at. But again, if you have time for a phone conversation, I could walk you through the steps so that you understand it, and I make sure that you're checking in the right places for things. Thanks.